Hi, Ask Auntie Time here, and today we are going to be talking about toxic positivity. Now, how can positivity possibly be toxic? Just Google the subject and you'll find loads of examples of toxic positivity. Now, I'm going to just say, please excuse dogs. This is home. Dogs rule. And before I begin and before I get into this, I'm going to once again remind you that I am not a psychologist or a psychiatrist or any sort of medical professional. Everything I'm talking to you about today comes from my own lived experience. And one of the things you need to really look out for while you are in recovery is toxic positivity. And it comes in strange forms. It'll come in the form of people who mean well. Yes, yeah, well, I'll give you some examples from my own life. Um, I've been told several times that if I use the law of attraction, I can heal myself. If I use the principles put forward in Louise Hay's book, Heal Your Body, I can heal myself. If I use daily affirmations, I can heal myself. And no, that didn't work. I can tell you now. I'm not saying anything against affirmations. I think they are a positive tool. They're a good tool to use, but not right in the beginning of your recovery when you're feeling really nah. Um, it's 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 disheartening because no matter how many affirmations you do, you still feel cuck. And no matter how much law of attraction you use, you still feel cuck. And so one of the things that someone said to me when they said, try the law of attraction. And I said, well, yeah, I did try that. And they said, well, you didn't believe strongly enough. That's why it's not working. I don't have enough serotonin in my brain. Um, Use your affirmations because you're not believing in those affirmations enough. That's why they're not working. Not enough serotonin in my brain. And I think there is also a lot of this going on because the law of attraction has somehow made its way into the mainstream, and the use of affirmations has made it into the mainstream. And I'm not knocking that. If that's your thing, go for it. But when you are in the deepest, darkest spaces of depression, these things are only going to make you feel worse. And I'll tell you why. Because no matter how much you believe, no matter how much you put forward, you're not getting better. Why is that? Because the problem does not lie in your belief, does not lie in your faith. It lies in the lack of serotonin in your brain. And this again, and I'm not knocking Christianity. If that's your vibe, go for it. But I have heard several Christians tell me that the reason I'm not getting well is because I don't have faith in God or Jesus, and that's why I'm sick. Or the reason why I'm not getting better is because I have taken on the demon of depression and it needs to be exorcised. Look, faith is an important part of your recovery. If you believe in something, it's really good to hold on to the faith you have. But I can tell you now, no amount of chanting as a Buddhist, no amount of affirmations got me better until I got medical help and I went to see a counselor. Um, and this is why I want to warn you against this because it's so tempting to think that this is the quick fix. I tried it all. I used headphones with subliminal messages and healing frequencies. And while I would feel better for an hour or two after that, the depression would come back and I would be like berating myself. Why didn't this work? What's wrong with me? There's something terribly wrong with me. If affirmations are not working, my faith is so terribly bad. I've got to believe more so that this could work. And then found myself going into a downward spiral, and that made my depression even worse. Please try not to fall into that trap, because that is it breaks you. And I know people mean well when they say, just say your prayers, believe in God, believe in Jesus, believe in Buddha, believe in Krishna, believe in whatever it is, believe in. I would love that that would work on its own. I would love that that was the solution, and that was the key to healing, and that was the key to recovery. Um, but in my experience, over the many depressive episodes I've had during my life, and I've had them since I was about the age of 12, no matter how hard I prayed, no matter how hard I believed I was going to get better, the healing only started when I went to counseling and when I got onto medication. So how do you deal with the people who are telling you you've got to get rid of the depression demon, you've got to believe more in the law of attraction, you've got to do your affirmations? My simple rule is this, is just say thank you very much for the advice. Right now, I am using my medication and I'm seeing my counselor. And maybe when I'm ready and when I feel like it, I will begin to use these tools that you are recommending. But right now, because my serotonin levels are so low, because I'm in such a dark place, I need help that is external, that is going to be proved to be helpful. Um, you don't have to be mean. Be mean if you want to. Hey, that's your life. It's your life. It's not mine. You don't have to say, oh, well, fuck off, really. But I mean, I know that when you're in that deep, dark state of depression, that's really what you want to say. You really want to say, oh, well, come on now, fuck off. You don't have to, but you can be nice. You can say, right now, that's not the solution that's going to work for me, and I know my body, and I'm using this. If you still get pushback, you can say to them, if you really want to support me, then support me. I know that you mean well with your suggestions, but please trust me that I am doing what is best for me. And I appreciate your feedback. That's the diplomatic way. If you want to be non-diplomatic, you can say, fuck off, I'm really not interested in what you have to say, and it's my life. So I just want you to make sure that you are aware there is nothing wrong with you if the law of attraction doesn't work, if the affirmations don't work, if the laying on of hands don't work. It's nothing to do with you. It's nothing wrong with your faith. There's nothing wrong with you. It's the serotonin in your brain. Science. And thank you very much. Leave your likes, your comments, subscribe, and I will be back next week.